Spurgeon here with RevZilla, and today we're going to take a look at the Fox Racing VUE goggles available at RevZilla.com. Now, the goggles that you're going to see on the table in front of me are going to be an evolutionary development from Fox. They've been in development with Ken Roczen for the past few years, and while they might look like ordinary, regular motocross goggles, the biggest feature that you're going to see here is the quick change lenses. And I say this to any of you out there that have ever used motocross goggles in the past. You know that to pull those frames apart and to try and get the goggle back in is a pain in the butt, to say the least. But one of the things that they've done here with these Fox Racing VUEs is they've changed the way the lenses insert to it. And before, I would have never tried to actually change a lens during a live video because it's simply that difficult to do. But we're going to try and work our way through this and show you exactly how to do it, because that is the one thing that sets us apart. But before we get to that, 3 different colors are available. Each of the colors are represented on the table, and they will come with the mirrored shield that you see in each of the frames. Now, the one nitpick that we do have with these is for the $120 price point, these are expensive goggles. These are a premium goggle. They do not include a clear face shield in the box. So if you need a clear shield, that's an extra $20 premium from Fox. What they will include are 5 tear-off strips for the goggles that will be included in the box. But just keep in mind, if you are going to be racing in low light conditions, you need a clear lens for this. That is going to be an extra addition. But like I said, these are around the $120 price point. These are a step up from the Air Defense in Fox's line. And really, there's not too much else out there that is going to be represented like this because of the fact that these are going to have the quick release system. Now, some of the other things you'll note here, and actually, if I show you on these, you'll get a better view of it. There's 2 different types of construction to the actual frame itself. You are going to have an ABS plastic, which is going to give it more of a rigid form to it. But then all the red that you're going to see on this is going to be a softer TPU, and that helps to allow the goggle to conform to your face. You're also going to have 3 layers of foam to help absorb all of that sweat that is probably going to be pouring off of you as well as you begin to ride. But great ventilation there. They are going to be well ventilated throughout that internal or that initial layer. But again, the main part that you're going to see here that's going to be different from most of their goggles you're going to see out in the market is the quick release. On either side, you're going to have these outriggers, and at the very top of the outrigger is where it snaps into place. So what you want to do is you want to grab the top and just pull from there to get it loose, and you'll see the entire outrigger just pops off. And you do the same thing on the other side. And once those are off, you're going to notice 2 posts on either side that is going to hold the lens into place with a slot on the nose bridge as well. Underneath each of these, you'll have a little indentation for your finger. You just pop it loose on either side. And then once you have it loose on either side, you just have to work it off the top. Now you can see it still sometimes gets caught up on the top post, but if you just take your time, you can work it over top of the top post, usually by pulling the bottom out and then just working your way through. You might have to stretch it out a little bit as I did there, and then once you stretch it out, it pops right off. But again, compared to if you've ever taken out a regular pair of goggles to switch out, it's usually a time-consuming process that involves a lot of fingerprints and cursing. Now, you might get some minimal fingerprints on the outside of this, but that's going to be much easier to wipe off than all the fingerprints you get in a standard lens. Now, to get this back on, you do have that little notch in the nose bridge. Just set it right back down in there, make sure it's in place, and then you'll notice you just have to reach over and pop it down on one side, reach over and just kind of work it down on the other side. Make sure it is down in place before you try to put the outriggers back on both sides. And it just snaps down in location. Once those are in, you're going to take the outrigger. Now on the inside of the outrigger, you'll notice that the posts on this are a little bit different. The top post is slotted, as is the connection point for the top of this. So that's the post that needs to go in first. The bottom part of the outrigger actually hooks down. So it's a twisting motion. It's twisting up and twisting back down to get it on. So once you line the top post up, you'll see it pops into place. You then just twist it back down. That's going to snap in, and then that snaps back on. That outrigger is in place. Same thing on this side. Slide it back down, and you are going to be set to go. So again, it still takes you roughly about 45 to 60 seconds to swap this out. You might need to wipe down a little bit of the fingerprints on the outside, but compared to most of the motocross goggles out there, this is going to save people a lot of time and frustration, especially if you're changing lenses often, like especially in enduro situations. For me and my buddies, when we're riding in situations where you're out in an open field through the sunshine and you're cutting through darker sections of underbrush in the forest, this is going to be a great innovation for being able to switch back back and forth between lenses, especially if you're getting lenses dirty and you just want to throw a clean one on. This is going to be a great option. Now, the only other thing you'll notice here that we didn't really talk about, you are going to have a regular strap on the back with that silicone. You know, nothing too crazy or fancy to talk about. If I had any real nitpicks, I would say that I just want more wacky colors. I've got only 3 colors to choose from, and if anything that I would want to see from Fox, I would just want more color options. Make them wilder, make them crazy, and we can go from there. But I think for a lot of folks out there that have struggled in the past with finding a solution for getting goggle lenses rather swapped out quickly, this is going to be enticing for a lot of people. So if you want to hear about what other riders have to say about the Fox Racing VUE goggles that they're currently using on their rides, now would be the time to click the info button on your desktop or mobile device, which will allow you to read other rider reviews from folks that are already out there putting these goggles through their paces. If you have more questions for one of our gear geeks as to which pair of goggles is going to be right for you and your off-road riding style, now would be the time to give them a call, 877-792-9455, or simply shoot over an email to cs@RevZilla.com. Thank you for joining us for this look at the Fox Racing VUE goggles. I'm Spurge. Enjoy the ride.